What is up, YouTube? Surgical Ninja here, and we're going to be checking out the new demo decks for Cyberpunk TCG before we had the alpha decks, and this is kind of like going into the beta of a little bit more refined, closer to what is actually going to be released for these decks. So we got the Heist and Embracing Power. Yeah, we're going to check out what has changed and do my first box opening of these. As you can tell, these are still sealed. Big thank you to Weirdco for sending these to me to check out and help me do more demos with actual products. So if you guys have been watching the channel, they literally ran out of alpha decks for me. So I was not able to get an alpha deck. So I've been doing demos. I've been doing a lot of demos, by the way, using print and plays. So this is actually pretty cool to actually have the physical cards. And before I get any farther, I want to give a big shout out to our new sponsor, DuelSpec. DuelSpec, even though they provided the product to me for free, I still do like whatever I'm thinking. Like, I speak true. I don't really, sugarcoat anything. You guys know I have a lot of sponsorships that I did not speak kindly on because I just say what's on my mind. And I really like these sleeves. I have a testing video where I tested it against Ultra Pro Dragon Shields, like the good Dragon Shields from back in the day. And these blew all competition away to where these are literally going to be the only sleeves I use from every game from now on for sleeves I buy new. Anyway, so DuelSpec will be sleeving these bad boys up with these. Yeah, but let's get into it. So let's start with the Heist first, because I think this is the one that actually changed the most. Also, I'm using a new mic, so let me know if it is not that good. Oh my god, I cannot open this. So when I record, I actually use my iPhone to record for now because I actually have a 4K webcam, two of them, one for each of my offices, but I just don't have like a laptop to connect it to record. So maybe if I could figure out a good recording, I don't know, setup. Oh my god, I cannot open this. This is Carl proof. I'm trying my hardest to not rip open the box because I want to just keep it. It's the inner Filipino within me that wants to keep everything. I literally probably have to get a surgical instrument to pull this open. Oh my god, I'm gonna just have to rip it. If there's any Weirdco people watching right now, I'm sorry. I know this is embarrassing. I damaged it. I still ended up destroying it in the end. All right, so we have the. Oh, that's cool. So they do have these little cheat sheets here. We have the Heist deck here. Let's give it a little open. There's a little pull tab, it looks like, on the side. Hopefully my mic does not die because I used it straight out of the box. All right, gotta do the smell test first. Yeah, magic cards still smell better. I don't know why. Okay, so we got V Corporate Exile. So this card doesn't, I don't think it had any major changes. Same cost. It's a 2 blue, 5 cost to play it, and 8 power. Go solo. Nothing else special added. We got Victor Vector. Search the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 2 gears that cost 2 or less and add them to your hand. Bottom deck the rest. So this looks like it's the same, still 2. I want to check the backs actually because I have not seen. This is actually my first time handling. Actually, it's not the first time. I actually used the alpha decks, which had my LGS had 2. So I did handle them, but I was doing a learn to play, so I didn't have time to really inspect them. And I actually really like the back. The black is kind of matte, while the yellow's glossy. So very nice. This is probably the second best card back I've seen. The first best, number 1, the number 1 best card back I've ever seen, probably gonna be Chrono Core TCG. They still are holding it. That's crazy that's kind of like an indie TCG. And they just knocked it out. So yeah, Victor Vector looks like it's the same. Jackie Wells. So here is the card that changed the most. The biggest change here is that instead of going up, you actually decrease a friendly gig by up to 2, and then if it becomes a minimum gig, draw 1. So it is now decreasing it by 2, and when it becomes a min gig, so it doesn't. So if it's already a minimum gig, you will not draw 1. It has to become a minimum gig. So they kind of reworked this deck from just maximizing to decreasing, and you want to have less street cred than your opponent. So very cool. I actually like that because it changes. It gives it even more of an identity. Oh god, this is the heartbreak of the deck. Dying Knight was really strong, but I think they over nerfed it. So Dying Knight used to say, on attack trigger, destroy like target gear an opponent has on attack. And now the on attack is decrease a gig by up to 2 at the end of your turn if this unit is named V, ready to eddies. So I think to make this better, I think it's too late because I think this is the actual deck that will go out to the public. But I think they over nerfed this. If they wanted to change the ability completely, at least this should have at least said instead of at the end of your turn, I would have made it like at the end of combat, ready 2 eddies, or even remove at the end of your turn, or okay, I think this is better. Just remove if this unit is named V. Just remove that completely and just have at the end of your turn ready 2 eddies. If you want to make it even more stronger, which I think it can be a little stronger, at the end of combat, ready 2 eddies. So you can even play off that, right? The way it is right now is very situational now. It has to be pretty much attached to V. Otherwise, it's just a gear that you're paying 2 for a +2, and you could decrease a gig by 2. That's pretty much what it's going to be most of the time. You might as well have just given us 3 copies. But all right, so here's a new addition. We have Dexter Deshawn. There's only 1 copy. It's a play and on attack trigger, adjust a gig by up to 1. So you can go up or down. It doesn't say if you have to increase or decrease. And then when he is defeated, if your street cred differs from a rival by 10, draw 2. That is huge. I really like this card, but they should have given you at least 2 copies, right? Just 1 copy, it's not gonna do. There's not a lot of consistency, and there's some cards in here that could have been pulled. Of course, we got our secondhand Bombus. I actually really like this card. Yeah. What is cool is that they kind of remove. I don't know if it was a wording or assumed, but a lot of people didn't attack with blockers, but now you can. So it just says you can spend this unit to redirect an attack to it, and it has 0 power, but units with 0 power can't steal gigs. What kind of sucks is that I think this had 2 power before. This could chump block or stop 1 or 2 power units. Now it can't. It's not going to trade with them or kill them. So you're pretty much going to sack. It's going to chump block from now on. And of course, the card that they gave us 3 copies of, I really do not like this card. This is Kuroshi Optics. You're almost always going to sell this card. The on attack trigger is like whatever. It's even more irrelevant, this on attack trigger, ever since they reduced the cost to call a legend by 1, and it only gives you +1. They should have just given it. They should have let it give you +2 to be at least on par with the Arasaka one. So I feel like they decreased the power by 1 because it gave you a on attack trigger. The on attack trigger is whatever. So that's just my opinion though. I always sell it, and whenever I pull it, I just sigh and I'm like, damn it. Mandibular Upgrade's actually kind of nice. You may spend this unit to redirect a rival's unit attack to it instead. Yeah. I still think they should have at least given you +1. This is also another card when I draw it, I'm like, oh god. After Party at Lizzie's. I actually really like this card. This is almost a playset of adjust a gig by 1. If you control 2 or more gigs of different values, draw 1. This is just like a cantrip. It's a cantrip that you could sell for mana if you need it in a clutch. So I really like that. So you could sell it for resources, or you can replace itself, right? replace itself, and you could adjust the gig by 1. That's huge. Delamine Cab has fallen so much. This card, I believe it was 7 power, right? So 7 power, but vanilla. No ability. Now it's 4 cost, 4 power, and at the end of your turn, if this unit stole a gig this turn, ready and Eddie. At the end of your turn. Ugh. It kind of sucks losing that power. This maybe it was too strong having 7 power, because you could drop this, throw maybe like a Kuroshi Optics on it, and it will trade with Saburo or something, or not Saburo, you know what I'm talking about, Takashi. Or is it Takashi? I forgot. I'm having a Cyberpunk brain fart. But yeah, I think this would have been better if it said at the end of combat, if this unit stole a gig, ready and Eddie. So it kind of sucks that the Eddie at readies, that rhymed, you can't use it in your play phase, right? So, I mean, you can still use it with quick cards, but I think it would have been better, especially for a structure deck, if it said just at the end of combat, ready and Eddie. All right, so we have another card that changed a lot. So Evelyn Parker, its on attack trigger is draw 1. Then if you have more street cred than a rival, discard. So there's a downside. You want to have less street cred, but it just draws you 1. Yeah, so, and it has 0 power. So I think the old Evelyn at least had 1 power. So she could still just poke in there and grab a gig, but now she can't. But her draw is a guaranteed draw on the attack compared to the situational one it was before. So it's a give and take. I think I like the old Evelyn Parker actually more. So that is just me. And then we have Flathead. A big thing with this Flathead is you can actually sell it for money now. So the Flathead has the Eddie sign. So I actually think this is a 3 of in your deck. If you're playing blue, you want 3 of these. 1, because you can make it unblockable. If you have less street cred, which you are trying to actively do, I think you'll almost always have less street cred than your opponent, unless you're snowballing. And then also, if you pull this when you need resources, having 3 of these counts as having resources if it was like a regular program, right? But now it's not, it's a unit. So having a unit you could sell for Eddies is huge in my opinion. So this is definitely a full playset that you would want. And then we got Psycho Squad. This is just a vanilla card, no special ability, but this is a remnant of its former self of the 4-drop 7 power cards. So I think this is the closest you'll get to it. I think this is a full playset. If you're in blue, it's a nice beater for 4. You could, if you're going second, you could drop this on turn 1, and that sets you up pretty good on the board turn 1. Floret also changed. So Floret was 4 cost program, and you would bounce a 4 cost or less spent unit to your opponent's hand. Now it's 1 cost program with quick. Give a rival -1 power this turn, draw 1. Man, it's a kind of like a cantrip combat trick. I like it, but I think it needed to be something more. -1 is very situational. I think at least -2, it could have a little bit more of a game-changing plan. Even better, if this was like 2 resources, give a rival unit -2. I think I would have taken that too. But this is really, really weak. But there's not a lot of options for quick cards and programs that I would run. So I think I would still run a playset of these just to have sellable programs, right? And the blue deck I'm running is kind of a program beater deck with Placide and Maman Brigitte. So you do need a lot of programs to run. And if you discard, in that program deck, if you discard this card, and then you play it with the fake Snapcaster Mage, this also replaces itself too. So you discard it to pay a cost, you get it back, and then it will replace itself by drawing 1. So that is pretty cool in my opinion. All right, so last we have Reboot Optics. This is a quick card now, and I believe that before it said it would give your unit +4 and then defeat it at the end of combat. Now it says the next time a rival unit fights this turn, it does not defeat the opposing friendly unit. I actually really like this. It's kind of like a situational fog. So the next time a rival unit fights this turn, you get to choose which unit will deal nothing. to one of your guys. So if they're saying, I'm going to attack your unit, you would use this to just fog it. Fog, I actually like this. There's an actual fog effect card. So I think 3 of these is really good, and then 3 of the fog effect card is really good too. And this is really nice. They gave you some little cheat sheets here, which I'll definitely be using in demo games. And for myself, just goes over what is in a deck for keywords. You have your glossary here, and then you have the turn orders here. So I really, really like this. Good job on adding this. Yeah, I think this is actually the weaker of the 2 structure decks by a lot, like significantly weaker. This was actually the better deck, but I think they nerfed. I don't know why I'm putting it back because I'm gonna sleeve it. This was actually the better deck, and I think they over nerfed it. So it's kind of sad, but yeah, I wouldn't be. This is a really good deck if you upgrade it, but as is, this is weaker than the Arasaka deck for sure. Okay, so let's struggle to open the Arasaka deck. Oh, I already opened it, I forgot. Let's struggle to physically open the Arasaka deck. I should have just opened these off camera, but I really wanted to. I didn't know they were going to be this hard, and I'm probably gonna. Oh yeah, I'm destroying these. I might as well just destroy it. I'm actually destroying it, and it is not opening. Oh my god. I might have to make an incision here to cut this open. I think I am. Yeah. I'm just gonna rip it open because I cannot get to this thing. It's fine. I'm gonna. Well, there goes the idea of keeping these for some reason, but those are gonna go in the trash now. All right, so yeah, let's open this. There it is, the pull tab. Pull that bad boy open. Oh yeah, let's go. Take the cheat sheet, toss it to the side. All right, so first we have Goro Takamura. That's his name. I was trying to figure that out earlier. I think I called him Takashi or Takada or something. It's Goro Takamura. He has not changed at all, so he's 5 to play. He's 1 less power than V, but he does have blocker, so that is a good trade. Yorinobu, I believe none of the legends have changed actually. So Yorinobu, first time an Arasaka unit attacks, draw 1. You have less than 20 discard, so same card. Arasaka units have +1 power when attacking. Yep, so same. So nothing changed there. All right, so we have Minotaur. Minotaur, let's see, if you have more street cred than a rival, defeat a rival unit with power 5 or less. I think this used to say if you have 12 or more street cred. So now it just says if you have more, which is way, way easier actually. So yeah, this is way easier to hit. So I like that change. Another card that changed is Swordwise Hustle for the better. This card used to be 3 cost, 4-drop vanilla, nothing else. But now it says if this unit has 5 or more power, draw 1 when you attack, which is really easy in this deck. As you can see here, we have Mantis Blades. It hasn't changed either. It's a 1 to play, but gives +2. So you drop this on Swordwise Hustle, boom, you're drawing 1 every time you attack. That's actually huge. I would run 3 Swordwise Hustles and 3 Mantis Blades. Also, cool little tidbit. A lot of people don't know this, but this is actually apparently the street version of V, which is in the Arasaka deck, so which does not make sense. Because a lot of people were complaining, why is this not Arasaka to play off the buffs from the Arasaka deck? And it's because they said this is V. So could you have made a Corpo version of this? Or not put her in this deck, just put like a 3-drop Corpo card, but anyway, that's the card. Mantis Blades, we have 3 of them, they haven't changed. Satori, 3 of them also. This card is really, really good. I like it, and there's 3 copies. Industrial Assemblies, whatever, hasn't changed, I believe, and it is whatever, but you need a program to sell, so that's why that's there. And this is new. This is Over the Edge. I love this card, actually. This is removal, situational removal. So you defeat a unit with power equal to or less than the power of a friendly d20. So this is going to happen pretty much at the end of the game. So 2 copies is agreeable because you could sell one, draw one later into the game. And it's removal. Very, very nice. If you roll a 10, you have a 50% chance to have it matter, right? So yeah, I really like this card. Corpo Security, they changed the art for this, and I think this new art looks way better. And they actually added that this unit cannot attack. So blockers don't have to not attack, right? So like Secondhand Bombus, they made it have 0 power, but they didn't have that this unit can't attack. This literally says you cannot attack. So that's fine, but this has 2 power, so I like it. It actually stops early game aggro. Emergency Atlas, this game changed a lot. It's still a vanilla card, but the old card was 4 to play, 7 power. Now it's 3 to play, 4 power. Way weaker. I'm not sure about that card. I'd probably cut that if I were to upgrade the deck. We have Field Operator. This is new to the deck. It's an Arasaka Corpo card. It's on play. If your street cred is an even number, draw 1. So kind of situational. It replaces itself, and this is kind of weird. This is kind of like an aggro deck or aggro card that replaces itself. But the cool thing is, if you play this against the Merc deck, because they're blocked, like the Secondhand Bombus used to be able to trade with this, right? Now it can't. It's just a 0, so you can just attack into it. And then Goro, they reduced it to only 1 copy. I think there was 2 copies in the old one. And they changed his ability. It's now, if all friendly legends are face up, this unit has +5 power this turn. I believe he was 5 power, and then it said for each face up, he would get +1. So this is just a straight +5. Yeah, so he pretty much nets 1 extra power, and you're gonna be flipping everything anyway. So when he attacks with Saburo's passive ability, he would be a 10 power on attack. It's pretty good. I liked it. Corporate Surveillance hasn't changed, and still a good card. So what did they else do? I forgot they also took out this beast of a card. They actually nerfed the yellow Jackie a lot. He now gets +1 power. He gets +2 power for like every odd gig you have, and then you draw a card for every even gig. So they changed it a lot, and they didn't even include it in this deck. I feel like they shouldn't have taken it out of this deck because this was already weak. Like this deck could have really used 2 copies of that to kind of push it ahead. So yeah, the Arasaka deck is just so much better. Yeah. Oh, let's talk about quality of cards, by the way. So I did talk about the backing. I really like the back. This is the second best card back in TCGs I've seen so far. The card thickness is thick. It's thick AF, as the kids say these days. This actually reminds me of Shadowverse TCG cards that are really thick. This is almost as thick as the card, the like free shiny card that is in like the Warhammer Commander decks for Magic the Gathering that everyone throws in the garbage. Like, which is, I would actually dig those out of the garbage and keep them, by the way. But these are thick AF. This has to be 30% thinner, I think. And I just sleeved up two Yu-Gi-Oh decks, and I just sorted 6 Yu-Gi-Oh decks literally an hour before this video. And even those Yu-Gi-Oh decks from 2002 are thinner and I think better quality cardboard than this. So I don't know what's going on with this cardboard. I do like the back though, so the back is nice. The back is nice. The artwork is nice. The text is clear. I think when I looked at Shadowverse, the TCG, I think the artwork was actually kind of blurry. So it's at least good that these cards are clear with clear text, but they're still thick. That's a legend. So let me try this Corporate Surveillance. Nope, the Corporate Surveillance is the same thickness. Yeah, this is way too thick. The cards I printed, I actually printed the alpha deck print and play on cardstock, plain cardstock, and those are the perfect thickness. I don't know what the fuck is happening here. So, in the second set, I'm pretty sure it's too late. They've already sent things to the printer. I saw pictures of like stuff being boxed and whatever. So oh man, if you guys can, I would try to find a better cardstock because this is way too thick. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. We'll actually be getting some gameplay of these alpha decks playing against each other. Of course, I'll be repping Corpo because I'm a filthy Corpo myself, and we're going to be doing some upgraded decks to follow that. So if you guys want to see those videos, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.